Jennifer Lawrence didn't slowly fade out of Hollywood. She vanished at the exact moment she was supposed to become unstoppable. Think about that for a second. This wasn't some B-list celebrity who had one lucky year. This was Katniss Everdeen, an Oscar winner at 22, the highest-paid actress in the world at one point. She was everywhere. Every award show, every franchise, every press tour. If Hollywood had a face in the 2010s, it was Jennifer Lawrence. And then, silence. No more domination. No more Jennifer Lawrence is in literally everything. No more constant red carpet moments. So what actually happened? Because when someone at that level steps back, it's never random. And once you connect the dots, you realize her disappearance wasn't a career mistake. It was a survival move. Let's rewind to the beginning. Jennifer Lawrence didn't climb Hollywood's ladder step by step. She was catapulted. One minute she's earning critical praise for Winter's Bone. The next, she's the face of The Hunger Games, a franchise that became a global phenomenon overnight. That role didn't just make her famous, it made her internationally recognizable. And there's a massive difference between famous and globally unavoidable. When you reach that tier, your life stops belonging to you. Every airport, every restaurant, every sidewalk becomes a stage. You're not walking anymore, you're performing existence. But here's the twist. Jennifer wasn't built like a typical Hollywood star. She wasn't polished. She wasn't media-trained to robotic perfection. She was messy. She was funny. She was sarcastic. She tripped at award shows and laughed about it. The world loved that. She became the relatable queen, the anti-diva, the celebrity who felt like your chaotic best friend. And that image made her even more powerful. But it also built the trap. Because when the world falls in love with a version of you, they don't just admire it, they expect it on demand. You're not allowed to change. You're not allowed to evolve. You're not allowed to have off days. You become a character in your own life. And the internet is ruthless when it gets bored of a character. Around the mid-2010s, the tone shifted, subtly at first, then loudly. People started saying she was trying too hard, that her awkwardness was fake, that her humor was rehearsed. The same behavior that made her beloved suddenly became the reason she was criticized. This is the life cycle of internet fame. Build someone up, put them everywhere, then tear them down for being everywhere. And Jennifer Lawrence was everywhere. Overexposure is deadly in Hollywood. Audiences don't consciously decide to turn, it just happens. Familiarity becomes fatigue. Fatigue becomes annoyance. But criticism alone doesn't make someone disappear. Then came 2014. The iCloud hacking scandal. Private photos of Jennifer Lawrence, stolen and leaked without consent, spread across the internet. And this wasn't tabloid gossip, it wasn't rumors, it was a personal violation turned into global spectacle. She later described it as a sexual violation, and that wording matters. Because imagine discovering that your most private moments are being consumed by strangers worldwide. Imagine feeling like your body, your privacy, your boundaries no longer exist. And then imagine people treating it like trending content. That kind of event doesn't just embarrass you, it rewires how you view fame. It forces you to confront something terrifying. The public doesn't just want your talent, some of them want access to you, fully, completely, without limits. After that, something shifted. She kept working, but you could feel the distance growing. And at the same time, she began speaking up about something else: pay inequality in Hollywood. When leaked studio emails revealed salary gaps between male and female actors, Jennifer Lawrence didn't stay silent. She publicly addressed it. And that's where the machine starts pushing back. Hollywood loves charismatic women. It loves funny women. It loves cool girl energy. But the second a woman talks about power, money, or fairness, the narrative changes. Suddenly she's difficult. Suddenly she's ungrateful. Suddenly she's too outspoken. That subtle industry shift is real, and actors feel it. Then came another layer. Her films stopped being automatic box office hits. Passengers received mixed reactions. Mother divided audiences. Red Sparrow didn't launch the franchise some expected. And in Hollywood, momentum is everything. Male actors can survive flop after flop and still headline blockbusters. Women? The grace period is shorter. The headlines quietly begin asking if your moment is over, if you've peaked, if someone younger is ready to replace you. Imagine dealing with that while also navigating global scrutiny, online backlash, privacy violations, and industry politics. That's not burnout. That's overload. Jennifer Lawrence later admitted she needed to step away because she felt like she was losing control of her own narrative. When you're that famous, you stop being a person and start being a headline generator. Every facial expression becomes a meme. Every quote becomes a controversy. Every silence becomes speculation. You don't get to exist quietly. So she did something radical in Hollywood terms. She chose quiet. She got married. She built a family. She stepped outside the nonstop production cycle that had defined her 20s. And this wasn't about abandoning ambition. It was about reclaiming identity. For the first time in years, she wasn't being evaluated daily by critics, audiences, and executives. She wasn't being compared, ranked, measured. She was just living. And when she returned, it wasn't loud. It wasn't desperate. It wasn't, "I need to reclaim my throne." It was controlled. Selective roles, fewer appearances, a calmer presence. That tells you everything. Jennifer Lawrence didn't disappear because Hollywood rejected her. She stepped back because she understood something most stars realize too late. Fame is a machine, and the machine doesn't care about your mental health. It doesn't care about your privacy. It doesn't care about your long-term well-being. It cares about output. She saw how quickly adoration turns into criticism, how overexposure turns into backlash, how success turns into pressure. And instead of waiting to be discarded, she paused the game herself. That's power. The narrative that she fell off is lazy. The narrative that she couldn't keep up ignores context. The truth is simpler and smarter. She reached the top. She saw the cost, and she recalibrated. Jennifer Lawrence didn't vanish. She recalculated. And the fact that people still ask where she went proves something important. She never stopped mattering. She just stopped letting Hollywood define her value. And maybe that's the real lesson here. Sometimes disappearing isn't losing. Sometimes it's the only way to win. If this breakdown gave you a new perspective, you'll love the next deep dive where we unpack how Hollywood's fame cycle builds and replaces stars on purpose. Like the video if you appreciate real analysis, subscribe for more industry truths, and I'll see you in the next one.